Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. Just a quick video today. Today's video is about an experience I had with an accountant. Now this fellow's, I'm sure, a lovely guy, and it wasn't a fit. I ended up spending $1,400 Canadian for nothing. I ended up having to take all the work and give it to somebody else. And what I was looking for and hoping for in an accountant was, there's a reason I don't run accounting for hippies. Let the record show that. So my finances are a bit of a mess sometimes, like a lot of us. So what I'm looking for in an accountant is somebody who can hold my hand, help me see what I don't have, fill in the blanks, take me step by step, patiently. And this fellow was not patient. This fellow was terse. From time to time I'd send an email so swamped. I said, oh my God, can you remind me, what was it? What do I owe you still? What do I need to get to you? And his response would either be not to reply, and I have a deadline, I got to get my taxes in by a certain date, but he either wouldn't reply, so that doesn't work for me, but also he chastised me. He said, it's in the email I sent you. I'm not going to resend you these things. Whew. Now that's his right, but the intake process I was referred by a colleague. The intake process was very casual. Just, okay, what's your business? And it was actually a bit of a red flag how casual he was in the intake. And so there was no filtering that was done, and it just wasn't a fit. I needed more hand-holding. He didn't want to do hand-holding. If I'd read a sales letter, if he said, look, before you work with me, it's important that you read this over. And if it had said, look, I need you to just double check and make sure you're getting me all the correct files. So please double check, make sure all the dates are covered, all your expenses and income are covered before you send it to me, because I don't want to have to ask you to send anything again. And here's a checklist of the kinds of things, if you're an entrepreneur, that you may need to get to me. Number two, I'm not a hand holder. You send me the info and I'll get it done. I'll get it done affordably and quickly, but you have to get it to me. Number three, I like to start and stop a job within 30 days. I don't like to dally. I don't like having to hold files on my laptop. So from the first time we book this to it being done, that's going to be about 30 days. But I'll need all the stuff up front. And if because this is what happened. It was a year and a half ago I booked with him. And then I just kept getting so swamped in business I didn't get him my taxes. And that frustrated him, which I was like, what? Why would you be just have a file, man. Just charge me for the time you're working. And so he's welcome to do whatever he wants. But if I'd seen those things, I probably would have said, you know what? This isn't a fit. This isn't what I'm working for, or looking for, rather. So a little bit of a case study of the cost of not filtering. For me, the cost is $1,400. And for him, the cost is, I probably won't ever refer anyone to him, though he seems like a good fellow. There's just a cost all around. His time gets wasted. My time and money gets wasted. Waste everywhere. So it's just kind to the world if we don't, if we do filter. We've got to filter. This is part of why. Now I found a friend of mine, Christine Wingritsky in Edmonton. She's been a dream to work with. I've known her for 20 years. I hope I'll work with her for the rest of my business. It's been so easy. It's really been such a dream. So there you go. Hopefully that's helpful, and maybe some commiseration for all of you who've gone through similar things, and some empathy. So that's it. Thanks so much. And by the way, speaking of filtering, two things. One, if you go to on YouTube, under my playlists, you'll see a whole playlist on filtering with lots of different thoughts about how to do it. Number two, if you want to get to know me before you spend any money with me, you can check out my YouTube, but also go to my website, marketingforhippies.com. There's a ton of free stuff there, which will give you a very good sense of if we're a fit or not before you book a puttering session with me, or check out my membership to consider joining it. You might want to check out more of my stuff to see if I am your style. That's all. Thanks so much, everyone.